All right, I think one more video for tonight, and this is a very important topic for me and I'm just going to be thinking out loud. I don't have any answers for this, but it's just patterns I've been noticing, especially in my relationships with other people, that I want to transcend. And backstory, I think it just stems from being alone most of my life. Like, dude, I didn't start having true friends until my best friend Ashley, like, she's always been there for me for like the past, it's been 10 years now. I love you, Ashley. She has been my ride or die, and I've only had her. And it wasn't until like maybe 2019 that I found my soul family. I love you guys too. So what, I had almost close to 3 decades pretty much being alone. I was bullied as a kid and teenager. Just super depressed, bro. Like, I didn't know how to interact with people. Like, I had friends in school, but it's like, nah, bro. Like, no one was really there for me. And I wasn't there for anyone too. Like, how could I be? I had no example of that. And now I'm realizing how it's affecting the relationships I truly do care about now. And honestly, it has been like, obviously, like a pleasant adjustment having so many wonderful people in my life right now. And from time to time, if I'm not centered, I tend to get overwhelmed. And I think it's just being overwhelmed digitally, dude. But that, again, like, that's another excuse. I was thinking about it this morning. Like, if I let my thoughts get the best of me, I was like, dude, this is so overwhelming. Like, I got messages on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, regular messaging, WhatsApp, like Slack. Like, there's a lot of avenues for messages to come in. And I did feel like it was a responsibility for me too. And just caring, not even a responsibility. You know, it's like, I care. And I want to respond to everyone, and I want to love everyone, which I do. But I felt like after a while, like, it would just take up my energy. I'm gonna scratch my back. So I have been and another pattern is, as soon as I feel rejected in any type of way, I pull back pretty much completely. Like, and it might seem like I don't care, but it's just a survival mechanism. Because who wants to face rejection? So, but in the commitment, like, let's say, like, with my family, like, I'm gonna love them exactly how I want to love them. And I'm slowly starting to realize, like, that's trickling into, like, other relationships, even, like, with my soul family, with my friends and loved ones. Like, if I'm not getting that same energy back, or if they're not responding or something like that, like, who cares? Like, it's all love at the end of the day. But I have been working with a dear friend, Jim, and after Mozzie, we've undergone a walk with Jim Jr., and these are just all topics that we're exploring and navigating together. And I remember asking, it's like, dude, like, you know, that overwhelmment of, like, loving so many people in my life and, like, wanting to give them all equal attention. And Jim was saying something to the effect of, like, well, when you integrate God's love, like, you're never gonna feel a lack. Like, it's gonna be overflowing for you to give. Like, that's where the energy comes from. And I've been embodying that more and more. And it's just so true. And, like, so before I was overwhelmed with the act of responding to messages, and again, this is all digital. Like, If someone I love is in front of me, my full attention is on them. Which on like, and on the flip side, if all of my attention and focus is in this physical 3D reality, it's like, bro, I don't give a fuck about the digital world. But so my question was, how can my presence be felt everywhere by everyone that I care about? And who cares about me? And that's the other thing. People love and adore me too. And that's really special to think about. And again, after almost 3 decades of not feeling like that. Life is so magical, dude. But yeah, I want to love as much as I can. And bro, we're just all here on this earth at the same time, learning and evolving together. It's really special. And we're all here to support each other. And I'm also being mindful the connections that I'm maintaining right now, are they truly feeding me with energy too? Because it will get overwhelming if I'm nurturing bullshit connections, like we're not being real with each other, you know? Like, who gives a fuck about small talk? Bro, like, you know, there's something bigger going on here. And I want to nurture those that love and see me, and I love and see them, capital S. And where we can just, and being real with each other, like, what's going on in your existence? Like, what are you going through? Like, how can we support each other? How can we let go of our egos? How can we transform together? And interestingly enough, on that topic of relationships, I lumped work, like my actual career, into that bullshit small talk category. Because it was just like so robotic. It's like, all right, I'm just here to make money. Like, I don't care, bro. Like, but it's not a coincidence I got this job. I've talked about how I manifested this job. That's so deliberate, bro. And so now I'm exploring, how can I bring God? How can I bring my intention and my practices to work? And I'm starting to get that sense like, dude, there's a way bigger purpose for me being there. Like, how can I transform this company vibrationally down to the clients? How can we transform their lives? Even though it's a technical consulting, like, it's still people. We're working with people, dude, not technology, not computers. That's where the money's going, but it's like, you're dealing with people. And how can I be of true service in that role? I have no fucking idea. Like, it's actually super exciting, which I think is a great sign. So let's see what's gonna happen. And also, this happened to me in the shower the other day. And I've had those moments before where, dude, when I think about like how much love is in my life, like, even I could cry. Even like, dude, in this morning when my cat Sunny just lays on my chest and he's just staring into my eyes, like, I can just like tear up from like how special this moment really is. So imagine like with other people, you know? So in the shower, I had that moment just like thinking about everyone in my life right now. And I just started bawling, like crying. And it was a good, happy cry. At first I thought it was like kind of weird, like this weird feeling of like overwhelmment. But then I realized like where it was coming from. And I think like my heart is just slowly starting to expand more and more, and it's going to be important to lose Jasmine. And I think I'm gonna, I don't know what this means yet. So I'm gonna elaborate on this later, but I have to lose my sense of self in that way. It's not me. This is just the universe speaking. Part of the universe. And all of the universe if we're all one consciousness right now. So I'm just talking to myself right now, which I kind of am. But yeah, I'm starting to have more of those moments where it's just like, wow, like all of the love I feel, it's just like super overwhelming. But it's like, it's overwhelming because I'm not used to that vibration. And then once I get to this level, this is my new standard, my new normal. So I'm just going to keep elevating and growing and growing and growing and growing and loving and loving and loving and expanding and expanding. Thank you so much to anyone who's watching. I hope this helps. See you next time.